Welcome to the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast with Phil Graham. We help you master Facebook ads and give you an unfair advantage over your competition. Are you ready? Let's go.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast, episode 243. I'm Phil Graham. Happy New Year, my friends. I can't believe it. It's 2022. This is the first episode of the new year. And today I'm going to be sharing 5 reasons you should absolutely be going all in on Facebook and Instagram ads in 2022 this year. Happy New Year. I'm so excited. I love this time of year. There's so much opportunity and potential, especially when it comes to running a business and running ads. So I'm super glad you're here. Before we start, just real quick, if you guys want to connect, maybe you're looking for some one-on-one coaching because you want to actually learn ads the right way in 2022, or maybe you just want a pro to run your ads for you so you can do what you do best. For either one of those things, you can go to my website, philgrahamdigital.com, or you can DM me on Instagram at philgrahamdigital, and we can connect, have a short Zoom call, and see if it's a good fit. So with that being said, again, Happy New Year. I am so excited for 2022. And before I share the 5 reasons you should be going all in on ads, I want to talk a little bit about what's ahead for this podcast in 2022. This is amazing. I started this podcast back in 2017. So I'm going on the 5th year, and I want to do 5, 10, 15, 20 more years of this. I love it so much. So what's ahead for this podcast in 2022? Definitely a lot more free training for you guys and more depth. I want to go into more depth on things like targeting, proper creatives, conversion optimization, better use of objectives, and so many different things like that. So not only more free training, but more depth in the training. And part of that is going to be video. I want to introduce some video completely free for you guys this year, in addition to the podcast, because the video can really help support some of the things I talk about. So I'll be announcing that either next week or the week after. And again, that's going to be free. I can't wait to share it with you guys because there's so much that I can teach you that is opposite of what all the fake gurus are saying that will cost you money if you follow that crap. So I want to teach you how to do things the right way, and video is going to be part of the way I do that, in addition to obviously always doing what I do here in the podcast audio wise. Also, I want to create a place for us to connect more and communicate. You know, you can always email me or DM me on Instagram, but I also want to create a place where we can communicate more frequently and you guys can ask more questions. So I'm looking to do that this year as well. And in this podcast, you know, over the last 4+ years, I've only had a couple guests, Jay Abraham and Neil Patel. I'm looking to bring a couple additional guests on in 2022. Not a lot, because I want to keep this a teaching focused podcast where I help you achieve your goals. However, I want to bring a couple big hitters on. So look for that later this year as well. I'm going to be doing some $1 million case studies from clients we've worked with and sharing a lot more about that. I'm going to have a dedicated show notes section on the website for the podcasts, so it's easier to see what they're about and, you know, come back and review notes from certain episodes. I'm also going to start offering more downloads and templates for you guys and things that will make your life a lot easier, even though it's not a replacement. You guys know me. Templates are not something you just plug and play and forget about. You've got to put your own twist on it. But there are certain things I can offer that will make things so much better for you. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm also going to be giving you my game plan for 2022. First, you know, within the next couple of weeks, I'll give that in a podcast episode, but then also quarterly, every quarter, you know, I'm going to kind of record a state of Facebook ads episode because things change so fast, and what we do from quarter to quarter might change in terms of strategy. So I'm going to be doing that as well, plus a lot of other things. So great things ahead. I'm glad you're here. 2022 is going to be an amazing year, and I want to help you succeed and achieve your goals. So let's talk about the 5 reasons you should be going all in on Facebook and Instagram ads in 2022. And this is, you know, this episode, first episode of 2022 is going to be these 5 reasons, but we're going to start getting into a lot more depth and how-tos in upcoming episodes like we normally do. But number one, Facebook and Instagram ads are the best source of a reliable, scalable system to bring in leads and get customers and clients. One of the things that I heard a long time ago from Mark Cuban, who's a billionaire, so pretty good guy to listen to. And I've been fortunate enough to actually have some of his Shark Tank companies as clients and work with them, which is awesome. He said that you need to have a reliable, scalable way to bring in business, to bring in customers. You have to have that. And so ads are the best way to do that, in my opinion. There's so much noise out there, and ads will give you guaranteed reach and allow you to properly measure what's going on. And so some of what I talk about is going to be for not just Facebook and Instagram ads, but other platforms as well. We love running ads on YouTube and Google and Pinterest and other places too, but I do still think Facebook and Instagram are definitely still the best because of how people use them and the targeting options. So running ads on Facebook and Instagram is definitely, in my opinion, the best source to create a reliable, scalable way to bring in customers and clients and to get visibility for what you're doing. It's not based off of hope or chance. Like when people focus just on organic, there's so many things you can't measure and control, but there are things you can measure and control with ads. So that's reason number one. Number two, Facebook ads and Instagram ads are a little bit tougher because of all the iOS changes that happened in 2021. I actually kind of like it. First of all, I think just in general, privacy is better, for humanity. But it's actually kind of good when it becomes tougher, because there's a lot of people that were in the ad game that moved on to something else, or they're going to move on to something else because it's a little bit more difficult. I like to compare this to, in the past, you could, run ads, and this is not recent, but a number of years ago, you could run ads and have success even if you weren't that good. It's kind of like an NBA pro basketball player playing against a high school player. If you get used to that, that's fine. And it's nice, it's easy. But when you start playing other NBA players and then all-stars, it becomes much tougher, and you have to, up your game. If you're not good, if you're not highly skilled, you're going to just stop playing. And that's what's going to happen to a lot of people in the ad game. But the problem is, what are they going to do? Ads are still the best way to get visibility and get customers and clients and leads. And so some people will just move on to something else, but the smart people won't. They'll stay focused and actually continue to build their skill. Just because it's harder than it used to be doesn't mean that it's not very doable. If you're highly skilled at this, you can have tons of success in 2022 and beyond. So it's not hard, it's just tougher than it was, which will make the cream rise to the top, cream of the crop. And so you just have to make sure that you focus on becoming highly skilled, or if you already are highly skilled, continue improving your skills always. Listening to this podcast is one of the great ways to do that. So the fact that it's harder than it used to be, in many ways, actually makes it easier for the people that are good. If you're not very good, it's horrible, and you got to get good at this. If you are good, the fact that it's harder actually makes it easier, because you have more tools in your toolbox and in your skill set to succeed than most people. So to me, that's a huge plus. I love number two. So I highly, highly recommend continuing to improve your skills when it comes to ads, because it pays off in all areas of your business. Okay, number three, there's a lot of people, a lot of entrepreneurs and even companies that are losing focus. They're going 100 different directions, including maybe some of your competitors. They're doing 50 different things, posting on 100 different platforms, not literally, but close. And they're losing focus. The people that focus, and the entrepreneurs and companies that focus on doing just a couple things really well and leveraging ads to create a reliable, scalable system to bring in customers and clients are going to win. Don't be the kind of person that's losing focus. Don't be that person that essentially reads a book for one chapter and moves on to the next book and the next and the next and the next. You don't want to lose focus. If Jeff Bezos would have done that, there would be no Amazon, because when he created Amazon, it didn't just go from zero to $1 trillion. There was a lot of ups and downs, and he had to stay focused on Amazon to build it. So whether you're building a big company or just a one-person company that could be big or could make millions, don't lose focus. A lot of people are. And the fact that they are makes it even easier for you to succeed when you focus and go all in on ads. So that's a big one. Okay, number 4, there's way too much noise out there. I'm sure you agree. There's so many different social media channels and platforms, and people post a zillion times a day on there, and it's just pure noise. Now, if you like and enjoy posting organically, there's nothing inherently wrong with that. Although if you do it a lot, you're wasting some time that could be better spent on things that will make you more money. But there's just so much noise out there. And one of the things that I love about ads is that it's guaranteed reach. When you post organically, you don't know always how many people are going to see it, or if the right people are going to see it, if it was good or not, because you don't really know what happened on the other side of that post. But when you run ads, you direct them to the exact types of people you want to see, and you can measure quickly and change what isn't working and scale what is working and make adjustments. So it's guaranteed reach, and not just reach, but targeted reach. That helps you rise above the noise, because you can match your message to the exact type of people that you're wanting to reach. And that is very, very powerful. Another thing too, and this wasn't on the list, but Facebook and Instagram are just so widely used. Obviously, they've taken some hits over the years from privacy issues and stuff, but they're still defaultly used by most people. And they're also creating new things, like the metaverse is in the works. That's going to take a number of years to develop. However, when it does, that's going to bring about even more opportunities for advertising. And so I definitely think Facebook and Instagram are still the best place to advertise. Although, like I said earlier, I also run ads on Google and YouTube and Pinterest and other places. And I think that I'm going to eventually be teaching some of that stuff for other platforms too, which I'm excited about. Okay, last but not least, number 5. 5th reason you should go all in on ads in 2022 is that it's still an incredible deal. 2022 is like the ideal time to be running ads. There's more people than ever using the platforms that we run ads on. And in the future, ads will get more expensive. However, right now, they're really not that expensive. It's insane when you can think about how easily you can reach your target market, especially if you are smart about it and you're really good at the creative and the targeting and really good at evaluating data. The average person is just going to put up an ad and hope for the best. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, they lost money. You don't want to be that person. You want to be highly skilled. You want to be good at evaluating data and putting the good stuff out there. And when you do, it's a very good deal. You can get so specific with your ads and match your copy to who you're targeting, and then obviously do retargeting. And even with the iOS privacy changes, there's still so many powerful ways that you can reach people, both on Facebook and Instagram and off of that platform through your ads. So to me, it's a no-brainer. If you're not focused on going all in on it, Facebook and Instagram ads in 2022, I think you're crazy if you're in business. So make sure that you put a big focus on that and you're learning how to do things the right way. I'm so excited to bring so much more to you this year in the podcast. Like I said, more free training, more in-depth training, more how-tos. We're going to add video in there. We're going to add case studies, some templates and downloads, a place for show notes for each episode, and so many other things. So I'm really excited for this year. So you guys, thank you so much for listening. If you want to get in touch again, philgrahamdigital.com or at philgrahamdigital on Instagram. I'm also going to be more active on Instagram because it's fun. I just haven't had time, but I'm going to make myself put the time in because I miss interacting with you guys on the DMs and stuff. So look for me to do more of that as well. All right, my friends, thank you so much. I'll see you in next week's episode. Happy New Year. Peace out.
Thanks for listening to the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast. Please remember to subscribe and share this with all your friends. For show notes, more tips, and to learn more about Phil, please visit philgrahamdigital.com/podcast.